Welcome back. So a ton has changed since last week, since I last updated you. I'm really excited to talk about all of it. We have updates on ASO that we did. We have new screenshots. We have a new paywall system, and our numbers are up a little bit. They're up a little bit, not a ton, but they're trending in the right direction, and that's, you got to be happy about that. Question in the title: does ASO work? And the answer is maybe, sort of, a little bit, a tiny bit. I think probably is what I'm going to call it. So our main experiment was ASO from last week. But briefly, what is ASO? ASO is App Store Optimization. It means changing your title, your keywords, your subtitle, that stuff, to get more impressions on your app. So it's trying to target niches where there are a lot of searches, but not a lot of competition. So you can appear in App Store searches. And I'm happy to say we rank for the keyword "what's for dinner" really far down, but we still rank for that keyword. Previously, all we were ranking for was the recipe PT, which was the receipt misspelling. And so we didn't get any organic search. Now with "what's for dinner," at least we're ranking on a search that is relevant to our niche. So for ASO, I'm using this app over here. It's called Keyword Scout. I think I was at C or D. So I do think there was a meaningful improvement in that. And I do think that impacted my metrics. Now, the exciting part, the numbers. Did ASO change our metrics? So the metric, the top level metric that we're trying to impact with ASO is the impressions, because ASO helps your app appear in search more, appear higher up in search, appear in relevant searches. So our goal there is to get more eyes on the app via changing the title, everything, blah, blah, blah. So the goal for ASO is to increase our impressions. And I'm happy to report impressions are way up. So right here, you can see our past week were 56 impressions. But this past week, after we've changed our keywords to be the new "what's for dinner," is 134 impressions. So that's a massive increase week over week in impressions, and I'm really excited to see that jumping to such a significant degree. On top of that, it's not looking all that much like it's spiky. It's looking like it's a new baseline, and that's what I'm really hoping for. We'll follow up and make sure that that's still the case next week, but it's a really positive sign that our ASO meaningfully increased our impressions. How did that impact the rest of our funnel though? Well, that spike in impressions led to 42 page views as opposed to 31 the previous week, and it led to 7 downloads as opposed to 3 the previous week. So none of these numbers are incredible or life-changing. Am I going to get thousands of subscribers for this? But we did meaningfully change every single metric just a little bit up and to the right, and that's the only thing we can hope for, that they were all positive signals that we are hopefully going in the right direction. But ASO works on your top of funnel. So it works on increasing the number of impressions, but once people are clicked into the app, their decision to download it is often not because it has the right keywords or it has the right subtitle or the title's correct. It's a lot to do with the screenshots. So I want to talk about what we changed in the screenshots and how that changed our message. So right here is our old screenshots. Boo, gross, disgusting. Who would ever download that app? And right here are our new screenshots. Woo, incredible, amazing. So there was a comment on the last video that said I should focus more on memory. And so I wanted to do that more with the new screenshots. I also wanted to focus more on the "what's for dinner" angle. I wasn't doing that in the past screenshots, so now, first slide is "what's for dinner." Try to anchor that with that keyword. Try to identify with the user's problem so that they convert a little bit better.
What do you have to tell the people about ASO? What you like our screenshots? You love our screenshots?
Our conversion rate last week was about 3.5%, whereas this week it was in the mid 9s. Now, I don't want to over-index on that. It's a very few number of downloads can impact this number meaningfully because we just don't have a high number of downloads, but it is nice to see that these are improving. We had 134 people who saw the app in the App Store search and then were scrolling by it or whatever. Of those 134 people, 42 of them clicked into the app. Now that's a high enough number where it's probably not due to a ton of variance, and we can kind of anchor on that is a really, really good rate. We're looking at about a third of people who see the app in the App Store are clicking into the product. All right, so we have a great impression to click rate, but now, so what? What's the plan? So the plan is still what it's been for a while, and that is to grow our top of funnel. Right now, we have a good amount of impressions. We have 134, but to see impacts on the bottom of our funnel, we really need the top to be significantly higher before we can start to address areas where our funnel might not be performing adequately. And how are we planning on doing that? Well, UGC. And what it is a way to get eyeballs on the product without lighting money on fire. One of the easiest ways to get eyeballs on your product is just to run ads. You automatically get views. Your product's seen by a bunch of people, except the problem is if you don't know you have product market fit, then you really don't know that ads are even going to be profitable for you. So at some point, probably ads are the way to go. But right now, I just want to see if I can get users to get on the page and try to solve a real pain point for users so that I can start that flywheel. All right, so I've actually posted my first UGC video. I posted it the day before this video is out, and it's just this basic video here. It's just a hook and demo is what they call the video type. It's where you have a hook that hopefully gets the user to watch past 3 seconds, and then you have a demo of your app. And the hook is supposed to be like a thing that the user doesn't know about, or tries to encourage them to continue watching. It's a little bit AI spammy. I used AI to make a lot of these videos, but I'm just kind of trying it out for now. We're 1 video in. I'm not too concerned about the results. They haven't shown much of anything. They're about 200 cumulative views at the moment, and that's across Instagram and TikTok, and not much engagement on either of them, which makes sense. They're pretty blatantly ads, so that's very fair. So next week I'm going to dive into the changes I made to the paywall, why I made them. That's it. See you next week.